Thanks for hanging out with us on Sunday Sports Extra. Joining us now, Rob Mosely, editor at GoDucks.com, the guy who gets to go into all the practices, see the Ducks behind the scenes. Take us back to Dallas, Texas. Take us back to the national title game. What was it about Oregon? They weren't able to contain. They weren't able to push back Ohio State. They watched Ezekiel Elliott and Cardale Jones just have their way with Oregon.
Yeah, you know, after Oregon's first possession and Ohio State's first possession, it was like, oh my, the Ducks might win the national championship, and then things changed so dramatically. I think not being able to extend some early drives didn't allow tempo to become a factor.
Dwayne Stanford drop, a Charles Nelson drop.
Right. So when you can't sustain drives, then you can't use tempo. Ohio State's defense is much fresher over the course of the game than it might have been otherwise. Cardale Jones was just such a load. The best team in the country at this point in the year won the national championship. It was very well deserved.
All things considered, when you look back at the 2014 season, is this the best season in Oregon football history?
I think so. I think it has to be. I mean, when you consider there's a Heisman Trophy, you know, for the first time, you consider 13 wins, school record. It's in a 15-game slate, so you know you've got more opportunities than some other teams had. But they had to put themselves in position to win a conference championship game, to win a Rose Bowl. Yeah, I mean, just so many different circumstances that I think made this you know, number one amongst a few great years in recent Oregon history.
With the exit of Marcus Mariota, he doesn't just leave a player to fill. He leaves basically the Grand Canyon to fill, it would seem, in so many ways. Who replaces him, and how do they try and fill the giant shoes that he leaves behind?
I always give the edge to experience, which hasn't always proven to be an accurate gauge in recent years, with Mariota beating out Brian Bennett, with Darren Thomas beating out Nate Costa. But still, I just think you have to go with the valuable playing time that Jeff Lockie's got over the last couple of years and figure that's going to give him an edge. There's some good young guys here. Ty Griffin, maybe the best athlete on the team, the guy who redshirted this year, Morgan Mahalik. There's a lot of talent waiting in the wings too, but just, you know, game experience is so valuable. The impact that Marcus had as a leader, as a face of the program, as a spokesman for the program, you can't replace that.
On the offensive line, Jake Fisher, Hamani Stevens, Hronis Grasu, they're gone.
Yep.
You know, you have to replace them. Fortunately, you're expecting the return of Tyler Johnstone at left tackle. What do they do there?
Yeah, I mean, I think Tyrell Crosby's the experience that he got, how well he played down the stretch. I mean, he was great in the Rose Bowl. Struggled a little bit more in the title game, but you know, so to have him coming into his sophomore year with that experience, he and Tyler should be great bookend tackles, I think.
On defense, Don Pelham is another one of those guys that I don't think very many people want to be, considering what he has to replace for the 2015 season. Arik Armstead declares for the NFL draft, and you lose guys like Derek Malone, Tony Washington, Eric Dargan, Dior Mathis, Troy Hill. What does Don Pelham do to fill those gaps and plug and play there? Yeah,
I mean, I think the cornerback position, along with quarterback, is going to be just a huge position to watch over the next few months. Chris Cisse, luckily, kind of silver lining of ekpre-olomu's injury is Chris Cisse got really valuable experience in the Florida State and Ohio State games. He should be a guy playing with a lot of confidence going into spring ball. The return of DeForest Buckner cannot be overstated. I mean, he was more productive than Arik Armstead this year. I think athletically Armstead's ceiling is higher. Him returning from a productivity standpoint, but a leadership standpoint as well. I mean, he's a guy I wouldn't want to have to face the day after missing a weight workout and try to explain why I wasn't there with the rest of the team.
I already wanted you to look ahead to the 2015 season. Give us a couple way too early predictions. Wins, losses. Can the Ducks repeat as conference champions? What kind of a bowl game do you see them making it to?
You know, I think the quarterback situation is huge, and the cornerback situation is huge as well. How those flesh themselves out. You know, I think the potential at Oregon at this point is to be a double-digit wins team every year, and to be in the mix to play in one of the playoff 6 bowl games. You know, what used to be kind of a BCS bowl. Whether this is a 8, 9, 10 win team or a 10, 11, 12 win team is leadership. When Mark Helfrich talks about men of Oregon and the way the Ducks conduct themselves on and off the field, those are the guys who set the tone for that. And so some new faces are going to have to step up, but that's a huge question mark.
Rob Mosely, editor at GoDucks.com. Thank you so much for joining us on Sunday Sports Extra. Make sure you keep it with us. Coming up next, our top 5 plays from the Ducks' entire football season.